In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I made over $170,000 in profit in the last 6 months posting AI YouTube shorts. I'm going to be breaking everything down from, actually choosing the niche to optimizing your videos to go viral to how to actually make shorts. So this will be a super value packed video, no fancy editing, just straight value. And just so you know I'm not lying, here is the dashboard from my biggest faceless YouTube channel that you can see has made $170,000 in the last 6 months. And it's pretty consistently doing about $1,000 a day. I'd say that's pretty consistent, but then some of the peak days go higher. Like this day was over 2,000. So is this one, I believe. Yeah, we get quite a few days that kind of peak up there, but pretty consistently doing in the ballpark of about $1,000 a day. And this is also not my only channel. I have other channels as well, but this is just my biggest faceless YouTube channel. So now that that's out of the way, let's get straight into the video, and I'm going to show you step by step how to build a faceless YouTube shorts business. So the first and most important thing when you're setting up a new faceless YouTube channel is choosing a niche. And there's a couple really important things that you need to look at when you're choosing a niche. So I'm going to show you a couple things here. I'm going to show you how to actually choose a niche and understand if a niche is good. And then I'm going to give you an example of 4 of the best niches that you can go into right now. Now, before I show you the examples though, we're going to go through what actually makes up a good niche. And there's basically 3 key points that I like to use to determine whether or not a niche is good or not. And what you're doing is you're basically going to find example channels within your niche and put them through these 3 rules. And if the channels that you find don't meet these 3 criterias, then chances are the niche you're looking at is really bad. So for this example, I'm going to demonstrate what a good niche looks like using the Roblox rants niche, because this is just super trending right now and it's a really good example. The first criteria is currently viral. So what I mean by that, and this may seem obvious, but it's really important that you can find channels within the niche that you're looking at or considering going into that are consistently getting millions of views. If you can't find any channels within this niche that are getting at least an average of like 2 or 3 million views a video, then it's not really a great niche. You have to be able to find channels like this where it's like 3 million, 5 million, 9 million, 9 million, 2 million, 4 million. Like they don't get bad videos. Every video is in the millions, right? So you need to be able to find channels that have tons of videos that are currently viral. The other thing that you need to check when it comes to being currently viral is making sure is the videos that you're looking at on this channel posted recently, right? Because you might find a channel that's averaging millions of views, but they were all uploaded like years ago and they haven't posted in years. Why do you think something that worked 3 years ago is still going to work today, right? So when you're looking at niches, you want to make sure that the channels that you're finding that are doing really well, they're not only averaging millions of views a video, but they're posting recently. So this guy, his most recent post is just from 10 days ago. So I would consider this totally fine. So now the second criteria is that you need to find lots of outliers on the channel that you're looking at and considering kind of using their niche. So what an outlier is basically a video that did way better than their average views. So for example, if this channel's average views is, I'm going to say it's in the ballpark of like 5 million. It feels like 3 to 5 million is kind of their average. So when you're seeing lots of videos get 9 million views, those are outliers. Like, cause it's, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, and then a 9 million view video. That's an outlier because it did way better than average. So you just want to make sure that the example channels that you're looking at within your niche are getting outliers consistently, and they're not just very static at like 1 million views on every video, because that's a sign that they're not experiencing a lot of growth. And then the final thing that I look at is to make sure that there are channels within this niche that are getting the 1000x rule. So that's just what I like to call it. Maybe someone else has a different name for this, but this is just kind of what I've always called it. So what I look for is to see, is the shorts channel that I'm looking at, if you take the number of videos they've posted and you multiply it by 1,000, do they have more subscribers than that? And what we're testing there is to kind of see, is their subscriber conversion rate good? Like, are they getting a lot of subscribers relative to the number of videos they're posting? Because that does help your videos get pushed out. So basically when we're doing that, we're basically seeing, like, on average, are they getting more than 1,000 subscribers a video? And you can see they've posted 110 videos. So if you multiply that by 1,000, you get 110,000, right? Do they have more than 110,000 subscribers? Well, they have 700,000 subscribers. So they have way more. So this is an example of a channel that I would say passes the 1000x rule. Like, they're doing way better for the amount of videos they've posted, meaning that this is something that not only works currently, has tons of outliers, and is something that you could start doing pretty quickly and get up to speed with quickly, because these guys did it in only 110 videos. That is my kind of golden criteria for what good niches look like. And if I can't find channels that meet this criteria within a niche that I'm considering doing, then it's probably not a good niche. So with that criteria in mind, I'm going to show you some of the best niches that you can go into right now. So the first niche, I had to do it, is commentary. And a lot of you guys probably saw this coming. I talk about commentary a lot, but I just think it's one of the most consistent long-term niches that's been working for the longest on YouTube. And I think it has the most long-term potential. I also think that it's insanely profitable and you get crazy high revenue from this. This is a niche that has personally made me over $5,000 last month. So I know for a fact that it works currently, and it's been insanely profitable for myself. So I feel really confident talking about this niche. Commentary is super simple. Basically, it's literally just videos like this where they take a viral clip and they edit it up. They add a voiceover, captions, transitions, some, pop-ups, arrows, that kind of stuff. They do a bunch of transformative stuff to make it original, and it just performs so well. And they're insanely easy to make. Like overall, these are some of the simplest, most classic formats of YouTube content that you can post. Here's just one more example of commentary. You can see this channel, their whole niche is basically kind of streamers, right? So they'll take famous streamers, and they'll take clips and they'll clip them up, but they're doing a lot of transformative value. They're not just clipping up the streamer and calling it a day. They're adding a ton of original stuff on top, like captions. They're telling a story about the streamers. They add captions, voiceovers, pop-ups, fast edits. Like they're doing a bunch of work to make sure this is original so that they can actually post this and, not run into issues. All right, now niche number 3 is the ranking niche. And a lot of you guys probably saw this coming. I know I always talk about it, but I do that because it's actually such a good niche. This is a niche that has personally made me tens of thousands of dollars. So again, I have actually done this myself and made an insane amount of money doing it, so I can vouch for it. The reason I talk about it so much is because it's just probably the most viral niche on all of YouTube Shorts. As you can see, like this channel right here, 38 million views, 65 million views, 32, 40 million, 98 million, 16 million, 89 million. And I'm not saying you're going to get views like this because this is ridiculous. Most people, including myself, don't get views of this level, but it's one of the only niches where views of this level are even possible. You rarely ever see channels get views like this. So, again, it speaks for the ranking niche itself that it's even possible to achieve views like this. Basically, all this niche is taking viral clips from other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and compiling them in this ranking format where you rank them in terms of like which ones are the best, which ones are the funniest, and you do it around a specific topic. So you can see here theirs was ranking best trick shot moments, and they compile them and they rank them, and they're just taking a bunch of trick shots that did really well on other platforms. And then the last niche that I'll show you before we move on to the more important stuff in the rest of this video is the Roblox rants niche. So I just talked about this earlier, but this is one of the biggest niches on YouTube Shorts right now. Again, you can see this channel, they are literally averaging millions and millions of views. And all it is basically, telling a story, basically just like ranting about something using an AI voiceover and just some Roblox gameplay and then some memes that pop up on the screen. So it's a very, very straightforward niche to make, but they just perform so well and they get insane reach. And before we move on from this one, I do just want to say as well, this happens to also be a niche that I have tried, done, and am currently doing and am fully monetized with, posting Roblox rants. Okay, so now we can move on to step 2, which is replicating and creating viral content using AI. So there's a bunch of other steps to building a profitable Shorts channel, but this one's going to be really important. So pay attention to this. Basically, what I'm going to be showing you is how to actually make YouTube Shorts step by step for some of the niches that I just showed you, and I'm going to show you how to do it using AI so that you can do it as efficiently as possible. So starting off, the first method that I'm going to show you for creating YouTube Shorts with AI is for the Roblox rants niche that we just talked about. The first thing you need to do is find an example channel in that niche that is crushing it and that has a bunch of outliers. So you can kind of refer back to what we just talked about in step 1, but I'm going to use this channel as an example. You can just do some scrolling, like some of their videos, and then before you know it, your entire feed is going to be Roblox rants from a bunch of different channels, and YouTube will organically feed you more channels to take inspiration from. So it's really easy to come up with content ideas. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for outliers. So as you can see, let's just use this video right here. My crush likes me. I don't know why. We're just going to pick that one. And what we're going to do is we're basically going to copy the link of the YouTube short that we like. We like the script. We like the structure of the video, right? So we're going to copy the link. Then we're going to head over to youtube-to-transcript.com and just paste in the link of that short that we just copied. And we're going to hit get free transcript. And this is going to fully transcribe that entire YouTube short for us. Now what you're going to do is go over to ChatGPT and you're going to put in this exact prompt. So I'll leave this up on the screen for you so that you can like screenshot it, write it down, whatever. From there, you're going to paste in the transcript of that video that we just copied. You're going to put that transcript, that example video that has a really good structure that you like the structure of. We're going to put that right down here and we're going to put that under the prompt. And basically what this is doing, just so you have context, is that we're instructing ChatGPT to create us a viral script around whatever topic we choose. And we'll get to that in a second. And we're creating a viral script around a topic that we'll insert in the style and, you know, the writing style, the tone, the structure, the language, like everything's going to feel very similar to this example video that clearly did really well. So let's say the teacher takes my phone, right? Because a lot of these are about school. Like this was a kind of script about a girl in his class. It's like a school script. So we're going to do something similar, but different. So we input our video topic and then we just hit generate. And then this is going to go and write us a script in the exact same style and tone as the example. From there, what you can do is just copy that script and then just head over to 11 Labs. And then this is where you're going to generate your voiceover, right? So you're just going to paste in that script that you just copied. And then there's a bunch of different voices you can choose from. You can kind of mess with the speed, the stability, like you can change a bunch of settings here to get it to sound how you want. And then when you're ready, you just click generate. And then this is going to generate the voiceover that you're going to have playing in the background of your video, just like how they do, because they have a voiceover narrating it. And then all you have to do is screen record some Roblox gameplay and just put that on the, you know, background. You can just use CapCut to edit this super easily. So you would just put some Minecraft gameplay on the background, and then you would just put your voiceover on top, add some captions, and then you could just add some memes on top as well, just like some funny meme images of like cats or something just here and there to kind of like make it a little bit more interesting. And you can do all that through CapCut in a few minutes. So that is the process for creating these videos. Now I'm going to show you how to replicate content in one of the other most viral niches, which is the ranking niche, because again, this niche is just so powerful right now. So the process for creating videos of any niche is always kind of starting out the same, which is, you know, you find an inspiration video that was an outlier on one of your competitors' channels. So you're going to go ahead and find an outlier that you want to use. So for example, this one right here. Now from there, what you're going to want to do is write out a prompt that looks something like this. So again, I'll just leave this up on the screen so you can screenshot this one, or you can, you know, write it down, whatever you want to do. Now, what this prompt is going to do is it's going to give you viral outlier topic ideas so that you have topics to rank. So you're going to grab the topics of some of the outliers that you found. So ranking or a loss moments, right? I've already got some in here. So ranking funniest dogs ever, ranking best pranks in history, and then we'll go or ranking aura loss moments, right? So we're going to add that one that we just found. And then basically what we're going to do is we're just going to hit send, and this is going to create a huge list of funny, viral, you know, ranking topics that we can then go find clips for. And I'm going to show you how to actually do the editing for this in a moment. But this is our list of viral topics that we can use for our ranking videos. So this is all the creative work done. And you can just kind of chat back and forth with ChatGPT to get more and more topics. But you can see there are some really good ones in here, like ranking most satisfying trick shots, ranking, you know, unbelievable instant karma moments. Like there's some really, really good topics in here, and you can just kind of keep asking ChatGPT for more, and it'll just feed you tons of good ideas. Now from there, we're going to be using this tool called Viblo.ai that makes it super easy to piece together these videos and create ranking videos using AI. So I'll put the link to this in the description. The super great thing about this tool is that there is a free trial, so you can try it for 7 days for free, start using it, start posting videos, and you can, just use it and start pushing content out without actually having to pay for it yet. So again, I'll put the link in the description just down below so you can go, get started with this and start using it. Now, once you get into Viblo, you're going to see that there's a bunch of different like faceless niches in here. You can do streamer clips, all that kind of stuff. But the one that we want is video ranking. So you're going to click on the video ranking section, and then you're going to see what's going to pop up is basically like an editor view, and this is where you're going to actually create your ranking video. So the first thing you're going to do is just add your title. So just for this example, I'm just going to keep it really simple. I'm just going to say ranking cutest cats ever. Something super simple, right, for this example. Once you have your viral outlier topic added, you can see that it looks terrible. So you need to customize this, and this is actually, believe it or not, one of the most important parts of creating a viral ranking video. As you can see, ranking videos always have a really well formatted title. So they basically always try to break the title into 2 lines, and then they'll add colors. And the reason that they do this is because if you want people to engage with your video easily, they need to be able to consume it really easily and understand what it is very quickly. Otherwise, they're just going to scroll away. And to do that, you add color and you chop up the text into multiple lines, because it's way faster for humans to read this versus reading this long strung out line of text where every word looks the same. So to do this, we're basically just going to come down a line and break this into 2 lines. I think this is good. Ranking cutest cats ever on 2 lines. And then we're going to add color. So I'm just going to choose the 2 most important words and add color to those. So cutest cats, because that's the core topic. Again, we just want to make it as easy as possible for people to understand the core topic. So I'm going to choose cutest cats, and I'm going to highlight that text. So let's highlight that there. And then we're just going to set a color for that. So I'm just going to go with, blue, but you could do like red, whatever you want. Red is good actually. Let's do red. So you're going to add your color. And then what I always do is I always turn up the title stroke. I just think it looks way better to have that title stroke turned up so that the words are kind of more bolded and stand out better. From there, we're going to go find the viral clips that we're actually going to rank on this video. And the best way to do that is TikTok, because they have such a good search engine. So you can see all I did was look up the topic of my video. I just looked up cutest cats. TikTok has literally just surfaced this huge feed of super cute cat moments. You can see like these are a bunch of super adorable cat clips that we can use. And these got so many views and so many likes. This video got 600,000 likes on TikTok. So we know that this will perform well if we use it in our ranking video because it organically went viral on TikTok. Then I'm just going to copy the link of that clip, and then I'm going to head over to Viblo, and I'm just going to add it in whichever video slot I want. So I'm going to add it to video number 1. I'm just going to hit send. So as you can see, it's actually already just downloaded it and formatted this clip straight into our video. Then from there, you just choose your start and end time. So like what part of the clip you actually want to play, right? Because this is actually super important. You want to trim out all of the dead space in your video, all the space in the clip that you're using that isn't interesting. And you want to make sure you're only using the best part of that clip. That way, your video can go as viral as possible. So I'm just going to trim it down to the most important 5 seconds of this clip where the most funny or entertaining thing is happening. And then from there, you just go add more videos. So you go find a couple more clips and you just add them to your video. And you can see here, you can add as many clips as you want. You can change the order of them and stuff. But one thing that I will really stress here that's really important, never really go more than, I say usually about 6 clips that you rank. On average, just what I've noticed as someone who has made tens of thousands of dollars with the ranking niche, the videos that perform the best always have somewhere between 4 and 6 clips. If you rank less than 4, then they don't perform as well. And if you rank more than 6, they typically don't perform as well. Sometimes you can go a little higher. You could rank 7 or 8 if you're like pushing it, but they have to be really short clips because, again, the most important thing I can tell you here, the optimal length in my experience for a ranking video is 35 to 45 seconds total. You want your finished video after all the clips are added to be 35 to 45 seconds long. So if you add 8 clips and they're all a minute long, now you have an 8-minute video, right? That's crazy. You can't even post that as a short. So it's just really important that if you're doing more clips, they need to be really short, but you should never go less than 4. Always rank kind of 4 to 6 clips. That's the sweet spot where you're just going to get the best performance. And then from there, you're going to add the video title for each clip. So for example, this one is like him playing with the cat. So I'll just say like, cute cat playing, right? You just give that clip a title. You can see, again, all the good ranking videos have a title for each clip that they are ranking. So it's just really important that you give it a title. Again, I usually recommend turning the title stroke up so that it's just like more bold and easier to see. Usually kind of like that is usually pretty good. And then from there, you're pretty much good to go. And you can just, when you're ready, you just hit generate and you export the video, and then you can go upload this. So that is the second method for creating viral shorts using AI. So now that you know how to make viral shorts, we're going to move on to the third and most important thing that I'm going to show you in this entire video, which is how to actually go viral fast and make sure your videos go viral. Because if you don't do what I'm about to show you, it doesn't matter how good your editing is or whatever, your clips won't get pushed out. You need to understand how the YouTube Shorts algorithm actually works in order to actually go viral. So what I'm going to show you is how YouTube decides which videos go viral and which videos don't, and then how to make sure that yours are the ones that get pushed out and go viral. We're going to start off with the first thing that happens when you post a video, right? You post a new video on YouTube. And when you do that, when you post a new video, two things are going to happen at the same time. It's going to immediately start getting pushed to about 15 to 20,000 views. Like pretty much every YouTube short gets guaranteed anywhere from like, honestly, it's more like 10 to 30,000 views. Okay. And of that 10 to 30,000 views, about 80% of those will be people that are not subscribed to you, like newer viewers. So you're immediately going to get pushed to 80% of people who are not your subscribers and to 20% of people who maybe are your subscribers or who have at least seen your content before. Now from there, this is where I see a lot of people get confused. A lot of shorts will get stuck at 15 to 20,000 views. And I know that even though I'm explaining this in this video, some of you guys are still going to comment after this video and be like, why are my shorts stuck at 20,000 views? So don't worry, I'm answering that question now. The reason your shorts get stuck at 15 to 20,000 views is because this is YouTube's test phase. They've pushed out your video to 15 or 20,000 views, and now they're going to analyze how the video performed with that 15 or 20,000 views. And then from there, as they kind of analyze it, they're going to look at a bunch of different stats. And I'm going to explain what those stats are in a moment. So basically what's going to happen is YouTube is going to analyze the performance of that video. And if they determine that it performed badly with that first 15 to 20,000 people, then they just stop pushing your video. And that's the end. You just like don't get more views if it performed badly with that first 15 to 20,000 people. However, if they analyze your performance and they notice that, oh, wow, this got really good performance with that first 15 to 20,000 people, then they're going to give you more views. And then they're going to push you out again. You're going to get a big push. You're going to likely get pushed to about 50,000 people. That's kind of the next tier. And then it's going to stop again. And you're going to be like, why is it stopping? And what's happening is it's looped back to the analyzed performance stage. And then the same thing happens. They've now pushed you to a larger audience. You've been pushed to 50,000 people or maybe even 100,000 people. And they're going to analyze your performance again. And same deal. If it's bad, it stops getting pushed out. If your performance is good, then the cycle just repeats. And this can happen literally just on repeat until eventually the audience gets too broad and people are no longer interested in your video and your performance goes down. So now that you understand how it kind of works and how the framework works, we need to understand, well, what are they analyzing? What are they looking at in your YouTube shorts to determine, okay, is this performing bad or is this good? So I'm going to show you the exact stats that matter. And then I'm going to show you and explain what you need to be doing to make sure those stats are good. Because again, if the stats are bad, you just don't get views. So you need to make sure your performance and your stats are really, really good. I'm going to show you the stats from a video that got 35 million views and made me 3.5K. The first stat that we look at is on the engagement tab, and that is swipe rate. This is a very, very important metric. Basically what the swipe rate is what percent of the people that landed on your video, right? They were scrolling through through their shorts feed and they stopped on your video. And what percentage of people stopped and watched more than 4 seconds? Those are the people that stayed to watch. But if someone swipes past your video and keeps scrolling in the first 4 seconds, then that's a swipe. That's someone who swiped away. That is bad. You do not want swipes. You want the lowest swipe rate possible. But this is a huge thing for YouTube. If they see a high swipe rate, they just will not push your video. Like, your video has almost no chance because they've determined, like, hey, this video, people are trying to get off it as fast as possible. They're trying to, like, get away from your video. It's not performing well. It's not keeping people on YouTube, and they won't push that out. They won't reward that. So you need to make sure that your stayed to watch rate is extremely high and your swipe rate is extremely low. And what you're looking for is a swipe rate of under 20%. If your swipe rate gets over 20%, then it tends to not do that well. And just for context, the way you make sure you have a good swipe rate is pretty logical. You just make sure the beginning of your video is really good. That's called the hook. The first 4 seconds is the hook of your video. The whole goal with the first 4 seconds is to be super engaging, super interesting, or super controversial so that you stop people from scrolling and you get their attention. But with that said, the swipe rate is not the only thing that matters to make sure a video goes viral. You need one other stat to be really good if you want that video to get pushed out, and that stat is the AVD, or the average view duration. This is exactly what it sounds like. This is the average length of time that someone spends watching your video. So the average viewer, how long do they spend watching? This video was 17 seconds long, and the average view was 21 seconds, meaning the average person watched the whole video once and then started it over and watched part of it again. That's why this video got 35 million views, because it has a 21-second AVD and the video is only 17 seconds long. If you're getting a bad AVD, any bad swipe rate, you just need to make better videos, which means better hooks, more engaging clips, faster captions, faster voiceovers, funnier scripting, right? Whatever it is for your specific niche, you just need to do it better and make sure that your content looks as close to and as high quality as your inspiration channels that you're taking inspiration from that we talked about earlier. And now I do want to say there are other stats that matter with YouTube, but these are the two most important, is the AVD and the swipe rate. So if those two stats are good, then the video has a good chance of getting pushed out. Now that brings me to the next point, which is just a super simple framework that I want you to follow in order to actually take what you learned in this video and go get results. Like what I'm about to explain to you is, this applies to all forms of business, not just YouTube Shorts. Money loves speed. It's all about how quickly you can take an idea and take that idea and turn it into action, because so many people get stuck in a phase of analysis and thinking and, planning this out or whatever, right? So many people just put off the taking action step. A bunch of you who watch this video are going to look at the niches that I showed you today, and then you're still just going to think about what niche you want to do for like 3 weeks. Why are you doing that? Just like you have a bunch of niches that you can use now. Go take one of those niches and just take action and start posting today. It's all about just how fast you can take an idea and start implementing that idea. Now, to build off that, the most important key to this is that you're consistent, because no one gets rich and builds a successful YouTube business posting one video. Let's say you take action and you post your first YouTube short today. You pick one of the niches I showed you, you take action immediately and you start posting. But that isn't going to just make you successful. You're not just going to like have a booming YouTube business later this afternoon, right? If you want to be successful, you need to take action on a daily basis and do it consistently, because that is the only way that you will get results. Your first video is not going to do that well, and that's normal. Everybody's first video doesn't do that well. But the only way that you're going to do better and you're going to get viral videos is just if you post every day. So you just need to be pushing out 2 videos every single day and just be consistent with that. Just make it part of your routine. Don't take days off, and just post 2 videos every single day, no matter what. And if you're consistent with that and you stick with it for a few weeks, you're going to get results that will actually blow your mind. And just so you know what's possible, I really want you to understand that if you're consistent with this and you post 2 videos a day every day for the next few weeks, it's totally possible that you have a YouTube channel that's starting to generate, 3 to 5K per month within, a month or 2. That doesn't have to take long, as long as you're just consistent with it. So that is it for this video. So thank you for watching. Go take action, and I'll see you in the next one.